YouTube, what's going on? It's your boy Good Life Forever, and I'm back with another video. And in today's video, this is how I broke the internet with this haircut and how I went viral on Instagram, y'all. So on this haircut, I'm basically doing a lock to bald fade transformation. Okay, and so basically what I'm doing is I'm starting off at the highest point wherever the new growth starts at, and I'm just slowly cutting each lock off one at a time. Okay, so that's basically what I'm doing. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button, make sure y'all hit that like button, so y'all, and make sure y'all hit that bell so y'all can turn on post notifications so y'all know when I'm about to drop another video. Okay, so basically all I'm doing is starting off at the highest point where the client's new growth begins, you know what I'm saying, and I'm just cutting the lock off at that particular point, putting the lock in his lap. He may want to, you know what I'm saying, put him back in his hair or whatever the case may be later on. So I'd be mindful to lock clients, because you know, to these lock clients, I mean, them locks is something serious, man. They look at their locks as their life, you know what I'm saying. So he basically what you call free flowing locks, which means he didn't get retwist. As he was growing his hair out, he pretty much let his locks do what they do. You know what I'm saying? He didn't really maintain the locks. As y'all see, he has a bald spot at the top of his head. So you know, it's time for him to come out because it was heavy, because he didn't do the maintenance and he didn't do the lock maintenance that he needed to do. So the weight of the locks pretty much have him losing hair, but y'all not even gonna notice that bald spot once I'm done. So I'm just going in slowly but surely, man, cutting off each, you know, a bulk of locks at one time where the lock begins to start that new growth. And then after I do that, I'm gonna shampoo his hair. Y'all not gonna see me shampoo his hair. And then I'm just gonna come back, get all that hair out, and then, you know, shampoo his hair, and I'm gonna get to the fade. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is, I don't go too low, I'm gonna go in with a 2-guard. All right, and I'm just gonna slowly pull his hair with my hand, you know what I'm saying, and cut the hair off as it go. All right, one thing about this is I love cleaning, you know, cutting clean hair clients, you know what I'm saying. He said he shampooed his hair before he came. He still had a couple of gel spots in his hair, so I went ahead and shampooed him again anyway, because a lot of times, you know, clients don't really understand, you know, how to properly shampoo and condition their hair. So I went ahead and gave him a shampoo treatment and a condition treatment, and I'm just going in with my 2-guard all the way open, not to cut it too low, and I'm just going in and I'm just cutting his hair down. I'm just speeding everything up a little bit. I'm just coming down, making sure everything consistent, everything is even. The size, I'm not too worried about the even size, because that's about to come off anyway. So I'm basically just, you know, taking my time, going with the grain, knocking everything down. I'm making sure I cut his hair low enough to where you really don't see that bald spot in the back. So as y'all see, by me cutting his hair down with a 2-guard, that you really don't see that bald spot in the back like you did when his locks was in his hair, because his hair is really at that length to where that bald spot really isn't showing. I'm just going around the ear. As y'all see, he's kind of thin at his front hairline. We're gonna get that all the way together too. I mean, this is a excellent transformation. I was so excited about his haircut. His dad called. He said, "Hey man, my son is in town, and he trying to cut his locks off, and I want you to cut his hair." I said, "Cool, no doubt." You know what I'm saying? So now I'm going in at the bottom of the point, and I'm going in and setting my guideline with my Gold Babyliss FX trimmers. I'm just going around the head and just keeping everything consistent. I'm dropping it a little bit below his occipital bone and behind his head, and then I'm gonna bring it back up. So it's not gonna be a drop fade per se. I'm just taking it lower because of the shape of his head. It wouldn't look right if I went all the way across. It'll look too high in the back. So remember, the back of the head always has more space than the sides of the head. So it's okay to drop that fade a little bit lower in the back, because you have a lot of space to play with in the back. Okay, so now I'm just cleaning everything off with my trimmer. You know what I'm saying? Making sure everything is consistent, making sure that line is completely straight. And I'm just going to continue on, just making my way all the way around his head. Now I had to make sure I was very careful in here because he hasn't had, his scalp hasn't been out in the elements in at least about 5 or 6 years, okay, with his locks. So I'm making sure I don't press down in his scalp, because I'm pretty sure his scalp is very sensitive because he haven't had any clipper work on his scalp. So, I'm just making sure as I'm, when I did my consultation and I did my, inspect the scalp and everything like that, I just make sure I didn't look, find any tinea or, ringworm or, any, dermatitis in his scalp or anything like that. He pretty much took care of his hair, as far as, the taking care of the scalp aspect. I really didn't see any issues in his scalp, so I'm definitely thankful for that. So make sure anytime before y'all start a haircut, make sure y'all look for diseases of the scalp. Don't just go into the client hair because you're thinking about the money and you run into a ringworm or something, and now you're putting the rest of your clientele in jeopardy, of passing diseases around. Remember, our main job as a barber is to protect the public. So are we, we're not dermatologists, we legally cannot, diagnose a client with something, but the barber book tells us what to look for so we can send the client to a dermatologist to get treated. Okay, so all y'all see is I'm going about an inch up with my guard all the way open, and I'm just making my way all the way around the head. This is my second step. Okay, so I'm just opening that clipper all the way up and just going around all the way around his head for my second step. Okay, I'm turning his head, playing with my camera angles, make sure my camera angles is correct. I'm getting a whole lot better with this camera. The more you do it, the better you'll be. I'm just going all the way around the head, going about an inch up with that, with that guard open, keeping everything consistent and definitely keeping everything clean. So the goal is, when you're working on these guidelines, is to make it as clean as possible. So when you come back to do detail work, it's not going to be that hard to do. So that's all I'm doing, is just making sure all the hairs is even with that step before I go on into my next step. So I'm speeding everything up. I showed y'all on the other side, so I'm just speeding everything up, y'all. All right, y'all. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my one guard closed. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead and go up another ½ inch to a full inch all the way around the head. Now, the reason why I go in with my one guard closed is because it's easier. As y'all see how that blend is already coming in with that one guard closed. So the reason why I'm going in with the one guard closed is to basically have a soft line, so when I come back with my half guard, everything is gonna fall into place. So that's the reason why I do my one guard closed. You can start open to be safe if you want to, but I'm experienced enough to where I know how to get myself out of this jam with this one guard closed. So if you look at a lot of beginner tutorials, a lot of barbers are going with that one guard open, and then they'll close the one guard to break that bottom line, to prepare for the zero guard or the half guard. Me, I just go in straight closed and everything, so I can just go ahead and go in with my zero just to save time and knock that bottom line out. Now I'm going in with my two guard closed, because remember, I cut the hair down with a one guard open. Okay, so by me cutting the hair down with the one guard open, I'm going against the grain with a two guard closed to knock out, to make another guideline. Okay, so when I go back in with my one guard open, in that space right there between the two and the one, that one guard open is going to completely knock that line out. So instead of me digging into the hair, I'm going straight up and I'm scooping out, so I don't make a harsh guideline in the hair. Okay, so that's all I'm doing is with my two guard closed, I'm going straight up and I'm coming out, so I don't make a very harsh guideline in the hair to make it hard for it to come out with that one guard. So I'm just following everything around, just keeping everything consistent, going up to a full inch all the way to the parietal area. I'm just going straight up and I'm coming out. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to dig to make a very hard guideline. As y'all see here on this side, his guideline is not hard. It's going to be easy to blend that out. So I'm going back down with the grain to knock some of them dark spots out. Alright, y'all, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my zero guard. As you see, I pointed at the line. So I'm going to go in with my zero guard closed. So remember, I'm using Andy's guards. So Andy's guards is the zero guard. Okay, so I'm going in with my zero guard closed. And I'm just going ahead and proceed and knocking out that one guideline right there. Okay, that's where I put in that one guard closed. Okay, so I'm just going in with my zero guard all the way closed. And I'm flicking below the line and I'm flicking into the line. Okay, so I'm always starting below the line and I'm flicking into the line to knock that line out. I'm adjust my leverage, go up a little bit higher to give it a very nice transition. Now, as y'all see, as I'm knocking out this bottom line here with that zero guard, you starting to see that two line sitting at the top become more apparent. So now it's showing me what line I need to knock out. So that's why I like to fade up instead of down. So when you fade up, you're able to see your upper guidelines as you're coming up into your fade. Okay, so you know what guidelines to hit. It shows it better versus fading down. You know what I'm saying? You really don't see. You basically got to have muscle memory to know where you're at. Okay, so that's why I like to fade up. So as y'all see, with that zero guard closed, I basically knocked that line all the way out. So now I'm going to go in with my one guard open. I'm just going to scoop up using the corners of my blade. And I'm just going to start just, you know, working this, getting this fade all the way together. Man, this fade came out so nice, y'all. I was shocked that his hair was able to lay down the way it did for him having locks so long. He had a very soft hair texture. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate that as well. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going in. I'm just going back down on the line. And as y'all see, this one guard is knocking that line all the way out, y'all. Once y'all remember your steps, whatever steps you use on one side, always make sure you use them on the other side. Okay? You know, once you've been cutting hair for so long, I use the same steps with every single fade that I do. Now, different textures of hair, you may have to change your steps up a little bit to get the result that you're looking for. But most of the time, I use the same steps every single haircut. Then it becomes muscle memory, and then you know where you need to go to get that out. Okay, so now I'm about to go in and knock out that bottom line, having my clipper all the way closed. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I got the Filthy Blends bracket on my Wall 5-star cordless seniors. You know what I'm saying? So I'm basically using the Andy's Master Blade for fading with this clipper. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just going in, you know what I'm saying, knocking out that bottom line, flicking below the line into the line. I'm opening up the clipper halfway to go up a little bit higher to make sure that line is knocked all the way out. And then I'm opening it all the way up to hit where I had that half guard or that zero guard at to go ahead and give me a nice smooth transition. As y'all see, I'm taking the corner of my blade all the way open and I'm just nudging at the line. You know what I'm saying? I'm just nudging at that top area of the line. I'm not putting the whole blade on the line because I'm going to push that line up. So you got to use your corners. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you're fading, always use your corners. Okay? When you're fading, you use your corners because you're not knocking out a whole lot of hair at one time. You know what I'm saying? So always use the corner of your blade when you're fading. When you are removing bulk or you're cutting hair down to the desired length that the client wants it, then yes, you use your whole blade. Okay, so, you know, basically, you know, just treat it like, you know, if you're doing a fading, you know, when you're using that corner of that blade, you're cutting every other hair instead of the whole line of the hair to where you can't push it up. So you're basically just blending, you know what I'm saying? You're basically just blending that line out to where it gives it the illusion of going from bald to dark. So that's all you're doing, just paying attention to detail. Everything's not going to be perfect. I'm going to come back and I'm going to do some detail work and I'll knock a lot of those dark spots out of that fade. You know what I'm saying? And this fade going to be dope at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I'm just keeping everything consistent, taking everything around. As y'all notice, since, you know, I didn't press the trimmers in his head when I made that guideline, I barely touched it. You know what I'm saying? I was able to take that bottom line out with the clipper. But I'm still going to come back behind with the trimmer and hit that line again, because remember, wherever you put the ball line in with, that's what you got to take it out with. So that's all I'm doing. But, you know, these wall singers is doing a really good job of knocking that bottom line out that I set in with the trimmer. But I'm still going to come back behind the trimmer, behind these clippers, and make sure I hit that line with the trimmer to make sure that bottom line is completely out. That fade is coming together, y'all. Like, this fade is really, really coming together. This client was so happy with this haircut. He said, man, I'm going to start flying into town about once a month just to get my haircut. You know what I'm saying? You know, he lives in Cali. They don't really have a whole lot of, where he's from in Cali, a whole lot of African-American barbers. And, you know, so he said, you know, nobody really knows how to cut his hair in California. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, he came and he showed me love. You know, I cut his little brother hair. You know what I'm saying? His dad always brings his little brother all the time to get a haircut. You know, and they always come and you know, you should come show me love and, you know, support my business. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going in, I'm working on the beard, putting the guideline on the beard now. You know what I'm saying? Bringing it all the way down. You know what I'm saying? I'm going and spray the front hairline. The reason why I didn't go, he didn't want me to go into the corner of his hairline. He didn't want me to go up. So as y'all see, the hairline is kind of going to look kind of like a half moon shape, because he didn't want me to go up into his hairline. So that's the reason why I'm doing the hairline like this, that the way that I am, because he didn't want me to go into his corner all the way, because he is thinning up there. So, you know, once your clients get to thinning, they super sensitive over their hairline, y'all. They super sensitive over their hairline. So I'm just keeping this hairline as natural as I can and as sharp as I can. You know what I'm saying? So we can so I can give him the result that he's looking for. So I'm hitting it on the other side. I'm coming down. I really hate that I couldn't go in his corner the way I wanted to, because this hairline would have looked so much better. But you know what I'm saying? I'm here to please the client. I'm here to give him what he want. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna put some enhancements in there and some fibers to darken out that spot, man. And this haircut is gonna look really, really dope. You know what I'm saying? There's some great trimmers out there, but I'm sorry. These gold effects right here was definitely a game changer. Look at the way these gold effects hit. But see, the thing is, with these first generation, these second generations, you know what I'm saying, right here for Babyliss is, you know, even though they hit, it just took a long time for them to hit. Like my trimmers, for some reason, I'm going in with my Sean. I'm sorry, y'all. Going in with my Sean Cuts hair color enhancement card, with my No Drip by Tune 45, and I'm going in and applying enhancements in the hair. I'm not going too close. I'm not trying to make it too dark to where it looks fake. You know what I'm saying? I'm just applying some contrast into his hair. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go back in with the fibers, you know what I'm saying, to fill a lot of that in. Okay? But anyway, so, you know, he just wanted, you know, a simple, nice little hairline. He didn't want nothing too spectacular and things like that. So I make sure I gave him what he wanted. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going in with my fibers now, and I'm filling this dark spot all the way in, and then I'm going to follow it up with the Barber Magic Pencil to give it that nice, you know what I'm saying, chalky contrast look. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to go in, you know, after this, I'm going to go in and I'm going to attempt to lay his hair down even more, even though his hair is nice and laid. That's what I like about the Wall Seniors, y'all. The Wall Seniors make sure that hair is nice and laid. It's the only clipper that I've used so far to where when you cut the client's hair down, you don't really see a whole lot of straggly standing up. That's the power of that clipper. That's why, you know, I had to grow into the Wall Seniors. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like the Wall Seniors when I first started cutting hair. I was an Oster fast feed guy. So as y'all see, I'm going in with the Barber Magic Pencil. You know what I'm saying? Making my chalk line around his head. You know what I'm saying? These clients really love this chalk line, especially when you do it right. I'm using a gray color because he's a lighter skin, so that brown wouldn't look right in his hair. So then I'm just going in. I'm gonna take my my Tune 45 triple cartridge razor with the maximum exposed blade, and I'm just gonna go in and I'm just going to push that white chalk line into his hairline to give it that pop effect. Man, that fade is so crispy, y'all. Look at that fade from the side. You know what I'm saying? man, I put my all into this haircut, y'all. I really want this client to feel like, you know what I'm saying, he was getting something. I'm stretching his skin, working on his beard, bringing everything around. You know what I'm saying? My beard game got fired too, y'all. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm just stretching that skin and bringing that hair all the way down to that line, you know. And I'm gonna trim it up. I'm gonna put some magical beard oil in there, make him smell good, put it in his hair. You know what I'm saying? And he's gonna be good to go. Look at that fade. That's fire, y'all. Fire. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, you know what I'm saying? God grabbed my hand on this one, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie to you. God grabbed my hand on this one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just going in with my clipper all the way closed. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm gonna go in with some mousse. I'm gonna, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna pat it down, I'm gonna brush it in. I'm gonna basically tapping it in because I do have enhancements in his hair. So I'm gonna tap everything in. I'm gonna take my brush everything in. I'm gonna put a do-rag on. I'm gonna dry it to get this hair completely laid. Take that do-rag off, and it'll be the, you know, the finishing product. So next thing I'm gonna do now, I'm drying my hands with a towel, and then I'm just gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna brush everything in. You know what I'm saying? You know, man, that mousse is expensive too, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, but it's worth it though. You know what I'm saying? So, man, we just went from locks to a bald fade, and this client, man, that hairline is dope. The fade is dope. The hair length is dope. The fibers is dope. Now I'm putting the do-rag on. I'm tying it up and everything. I'm bringing everything around. You know what I'm saying? Coming back. You know what I'm saying? I'm just tying it up. I ain't trying to make it look perfect. I'm going to bring the wings down. I'm going to take my blow dryer, and I'm just going to blow dry his hair until it's dry. Till that mousse is dry, then I'm just going to remove the do-rag, and his hair is going to look completely laid. And then it's another cheat code for me to see how the fade is going to look after he takes that do-rag, you know what I'm saying, off. And then I can do some detail work based off that hair being laid down and trained. So I'm just going around his head, laying everything down, you know what I'm saying, and then I'm going to take the do-rag off, put my finishing touches on it, and that's going to be it.
Going, bud. Hey, what? You're not going out there with nobody out there, bro. I'll tell you what, your dad don't get mad, I whoop your butt, nigga. Ready? You not, oh. I'm ready. What? Oh, yeah, no problem, bro. You look like I have a whole different job. I'm telling you, man, you look.
YouTube, it is our job as barbers to make sure that we give the client everything they asking for. It is our job as barbers to make sure that we change the appearance of the client. It is our job as barbers to bring that confidence into the client and make sure that client walks out the door and saying, this is the best barber I ever had. This is the before. Look how nappy it is. Then boom, this is the after. YouTube, boy, this is epic right here, man. I thank all of y'all for watching it to the very end of this video. This haircut came out fire, man. This haircut came out so dope. I'm so excited, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. I got more on the way, and I'm out of here. Peace, and as always, good life over everything.